Hello and welcome back to another edition of Reality Check, your weekly deep dive into all things American Idol, The Voice, and Bad Girls Club on Wii. Melinda, are we going to watch that this season?
Absolutely not.
Yes! I'm Mike Slezak from TVLine.com. I am here with American Idol Season 6 standout, the gorgeous, the talented, the one and only, the she's going to rock your face off when you go see her live, Melinda Doolittle.
Well, hey, that was an intro.
Like in volleyball, I just basically what did I do? You know, you know that.
Sir.
That move. Set up. It's like a setup. And now you're just going to spike. I got to get enthusiastic about something because I got to tell you, week 2 of American Idol's farewell season.
Wah, wah.
Wah, wah is the right word. I mean, I don't want to sound like Clay Aiken, clickety-clack and biting the hand that feeds him, but I wasn't on the show this week.
Well, you know the answers were all me. So, well done.
I just think it's weird if you're on the show to sit at home and shade it on Twitter.
Oh, are we going to discuss that? Because he showed up. He did a job for Idol. I'm confused. Did they make him mad after?
Have fun with this.
What happened
Right.
that he would do that publicly right before his episodes aired?
Did they give him vitamin water instead of Crystal Light? Can you demand those kinds of things, Melinda? What kinds of things do you demand? What's on your rider?
Peanut butter and jelly.
Jennifer Lopez is like, what is a peanut butter and jelly? I mean, here we are talking about like a 2-week-old Clay Aiken tweet because I just don't want to discuss the Wednesday episode. That was a hot, buttered wreck. Am I becoming emotionally distant from the show because I know it's coming to an end and like in a relationship that's doomed, you start to pull away? Or is it the show?
I think that it could be us just because we're trying not to like really get completely invested in a show we know is like getting ready to end. But at the same time, I just don't feel like the contestants this week got anywhere close to what they showed us last week. Maybe they shouldn't have led with LaPortia, that's all.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. We've gotten 4 audition episodes so far this season, and only one of those episodes was outstanding. The other 3 were all a little... I think there might be 2 problems with the auditions this season. Number 1, too many 15-year-olds. I don't want to go to a high school talent show. But I feel like I've been forced to go to a high school talent show.
I'm gonna do my a cappella song with the guitar.
And secondly, there's a lot of affected singing. I feel like this is creeping into The Voice and Idol. It becomes so unnatural and so affected that I feel like the emotional crux is just sort of, you know, put down the incinerator.
Even vibrato is affected right now.
My name's Darby Stringfellow. I am from Bentonville, Arkansas. I'm 17. I'm a junior in high school.
The boy can sing. He's a cutie. I'm not taking any of that away.
Right.
Oh, I just wanna hold ya.
All I could think is like, if he squeaks one more time,
We'll play hide and seek. It turns around.
I'm gonna throw the television.
Is a taste that your lips allow my mind.
Baby, like, enough. And it's like that girl that was on the Today Show who had hiccups for 4 years. I feel like a lot of these kids just have the hiccups. You can't sing a single phrase or line without a...
We sound so old right now. I love this.
And I have a chest infection, so now I sound like a really old man with a chronic smoking issue. It's a delight. This is a problem we're not gonna fix, not when we have J-Lo being like...
Come closer. Here, I don't feel your 15-ness.
I wrote it down. They actually said things like, you're not ready. You're gonna get killed in Hollywood. And then they were like, you're through. Here's your golden ticket. We have to find something good. Something good happened this week, right?
Something good.
Oh, wow.
Who did you like? There were a couple people that I feel like have some potential to maybe be in the top 10 or top 12 or, I don't know, top 3. How many people are they putting through into the finals this season? Maybe like 3 of them because it's going to last about 2 weeks. But anyway, who'd you like?
Oh, I think, okay, we know that I'm not normally a fan of country music, but that John Wayne, him singing Garth Brooks, that was one of the most beautiful sounds.
For a moment, all the world was right.
I have him in my top 3 too. I actually wrote down farm to table singing.
How could I have known that you'd ever say goodbye.
Especially juxtaposed with all the, you know, his straightforward approach to melody, to emotion. I felt like he really meant those words.
But I didn't know the way it all would end.
I thought he was pretty good in season 10, but he seemed more emotionally grounded this season. Like I really just got into that. He took me away for a minute, and that's pretty exciting, and it's not an easy thing to do. Speaking of being taken away somewhere, how about that Jen Blossel?
Wait a second.
She is so on my list. I did not expect that.
This isn't the apocalypse.
What I loved is that she's like, I'm not even going to sing the chorus for you. I'm just going to play it real cute on this piano. There was something about her that was so refreshing. I'm nervous about her on live TV, possibly.
Yeah.
Jump on the piano, Jen.
Jumping on the piano then.
Would it have been impertinent for the judges to ask, like, what's up with your general vibe?
Okay.
Ready?
Ready, yeah.
But her whole vibe was like, la la. She even called her own self glazed over, so I don't feel that bad for saying it.
I'm sorry if I'm like a little bit like glazed eyes, because I'm like, this feels so surreal.
Hey girl, like what's up with your demeanor? And your speaking voice is so different from your singing voice.
You can't help but have a first impression, and my first impression was just kind of
Quirky, like little quirky.
I would have liked for someone to have built that bridge toward me understanding what the hell was going on, but when she sat down and sang, I felt it, and I thought Radioactive is a song we've heard a gajillion times, but she made me hear it with fresh ears.
Welcome to the new age, to the new age. Welcome to the new age, to the new age.
I think she's probably the most unpredictable contestant that we've seen so far. So I'm not positive. I'm not even positive she can make it through Hollywood Week.
If I win, that would be a surprise, and I'd be like, whoa.
But I do think Amber Lynn, I know she's on your list, I know she's on mine. She's quite good.
Oh, as he broke his back, trying to make ends meet.
I heard a couple notes where I was like, not sure if that's the note she meant to hit, but there was a soulfulness, there was a sense of rhythm to what she did, the way she phrased the song, it just meant something to me.
Now all you do is
Yeah, thank you.
I loved her. I wasn't as big of a fan of her cohort as maybe the judges were. I felt like that was a really affected sound.
Oh my God.
Love affair that never ends, like the old song says, do it again.
It was even worse than watching John Legend's wife's talk show, Fab Life.
Michael Slezak.
I know. I'm sure Chrissy Teigen is putting together a hate tweet right now because she's like on the internet all the time, 24/7. She got a job, she got a baby, she on Twitter. That show is a mess, and his vocal was a mess.
You're next to me, I'm in love with you.
I couldn't believe they let him through.
It was weird because you have one of those voices that's kind of affected too.
Him being in the room with Amber Lynn just gave him that edge.
Everybody's
Some
different.
people could be affected and you're like, oh, I can't listen to them sing one more note.
They were basically like, if you can hang out with her and she thinks you're good, then maybe she's hearing something we don't know about yet. So maybe we'll hear it later.
You know how Idol loves to put hashtags on the bottom of the screen? It should just be like, why not?
Why not? Oh, well.
Hashtag
Can I air a grievance?
Please, that's all we're doing this week.
Let me preface it by saying I love Idol. However, I felt
Now this is a setup. Let me preface this by, oh my God.
I felt like they took ownership of Tori Kelly this week. Almost like they had something to do with her career.
Current chart topper Tori Kelly also auditioned here.
Wants to bring me down.
And then they actually uttered the words, maybe she just wasn't ready when she was on our season, as opposed to like we sent her home and we shouldn't have.
You know who wasn't ready? Randy Jackson.
That's who wasn't ready.
It's not gonna happen for you this time.
At only 16, perhaps she wasn't quite ready for the big time.
And I just felt like I needed to say out loud, Tori Kelly has always been ready. That girl has been a beast all her life. And she made it in spite of her American Idol experience, not because of.
It should have been us. Should have been
got me good. So I just need to say it out loud. I feel better now. We can take away tickets now.
I want to be like a Tea Party candidate listening to Obama's State of the Union and just be like, no, 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 to everybody else that we haven't talked about this week. Like, we liked 3 people from week 2. Everybody else, I'm taking all your golden tickets away. I don't want to hear any of you sing again. Not until you've gone home and practiced and reinvented yourself and stopped hiccuping.
We can't do that. We could dial it back just a little bit. But I do think we could possibly revoke tickets from all of the people where they said, you're not ready, or I think Hollywood Week will kill you.
I just don't think you're ready.
Oh,
I just don't think you're old. I think you have immense talent, but I don't think you're ready.
Cute little Ethan. Ethan's so adorable, but like, he's too young to sing the blues.
Whoa, Sunday you go to church, kneel down and pray.
Once he figures out what he's singing about, he's gonna be a beast. I know it, but he's got some years for that to happen.
Ethan sounded perfectly fine. He's got some talent. That's great. Harry Connick Jr. saying to him at 15 years old,
I have no doubt in my mind that you're supposed to do this. Don't do anything else with your life.
You're gonna say that to an impressionable child? Don't do anything else with your life?
I'm not mad at Harry Connick Jr. for saying that.
But you should be.
No, I do feel like Ethan has something really innate. Like, he's a great artist. You can tell that he's a great artist. He just needs time. That's it.
How about don't give up or keep up the good work? Ethan may end up being talented enough to make a living in this very tough industry, but I am not willing, based on his performance of Stormy Monday, to declare that that is the only possible career path for him. I think that is super dangerous and kind of cray-cray.
It's a little dangerous. However, if you want to be a great blues artist, sometimes you have to eat, sleep, and breathe it.
They should have broken his heart right then and there and started him on a path to the blues. I think the best he's done is sort of like the Periwinkle crayon. That's about as close to the blues as that child has gotten. And it wasn't so long ago that he was in the coloring book. He's just not ready. He's not ready. Isaac Cole is not ready. Isaac Cole and Ethan are pretty much the same interchangeable child to me.
Said 17's too young to know what love's about.
He sang country with a country accent, which I knew Harry was gonna ding him for.
Stop singing with a twang. You don't talk with a twang? Sing it like you.
Why would you put that kid through to Hollywood Week?
I felt like Keith kind of had to, because he's always sitting there when Harry Connick Jr. is like, you don't speak in a country accent, but you sing in one. What's wrong with you? And so I feel like Keith is like, solidarity, dude.
You're not from the Southern United States.
Me neither.
And but
I know it's the last season, but if you feel like they're not ready, chances are they're not.
I wasn't thrilled about Brenda K. Starr's daughter, even though I do always love a Brenda K. Starr reference.
And my daddy was a gambling man.
I also thought the kid that flew over from Russia, what was going on with his vocal?
I go crawling down the avenue.
I wanted Susan Powder to come out and be like, stop the insanity. I wanted Iyanla to fix his life. Everything about that was completely wrong to me.
There's nothing that I wouldn't do to make you feel my love.
The worst part of it, before the judges even said what they thought, he was like going to collect his golden ticket. Oh no.
I was gonna just shake your hands, because
well, you don't want to hear what they have to say?
Oh.
The way he sang certain lines, the tone that he used, I felt like some of that was cultural. I'm intrigued by it, actually, so don't be mad at me, but I'm a bit intrigued by him and just kind of how his cultural background is affecting his audition process right now.
That's like that time Adam Levine said, you're the only one who could sing that in that way at this moment. I heard a whole lot of words.
Right.
I'm not sure where you were going.
Just let me have this one, dang it.